Welcome back to Championship Court. We are in Daytona Beach, Florida, here for Major League Pickleball, the second event so far in 2023. You're watching the premier level group play rounds here on Championship Court as we await first serve between a couple of spicy teams, that arguably the most spicy teams on the tour. LeBron James, Draymond Green, and Kevin Love's team, the New York Hustlers, taking on Gary V's New Jersey 5's. A battle of the Northeast here on Championship Court. And so, an intense rematch from a sensational quarterfinal round from Major League Pickleball Mesa. We didn't even think that that round was for the, it looked like that could have been a championship game, first of all, when we reflect back on Mesa. So the #1 draft pick from 2023, Leigh Waters, seeking revenge for her team against Anna Bright and the Hustlers. Michelle McMahon and Adam Stone, former top men's pro, in the booth with you. And Dominic Catalano will be joining us courtside with analysis and interviews. So, Adam Stone. Lots of Hustlers fans in the crowd and lots of New Jersey 5's fans abound here in Daytona. If there's one word to describe this matchup, it might be feisty, it might be fiery, intense.
Michelle, you already said it. It's spicy.
It's spicy.
It's spicy. That's exactly what it was. And a couple things to mention about their previous matchup in MLP Mesa. So we had the New York Hustlers setting their singles lineup first, and Leigh Waters reacting in her decision to take on Tyson McGuffin. So very exciting there. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves with the Dream Breaker, but just to recap what has already happened for these two teams, the New York Hustlers swept the Las Vegas Night Owls 4-0 in their first matchup, and the 5's lost a heartbreaker in a Dream Breaker to the SoCal Heart 8s, where once again we had Leigh Waters versus Riley Newman, and we had Mary Brasha versus Hayden Patriquin. I love to see those male versus female matchups in singles.
Wow, that is unbelievable. And once again, too, you see Lacy Schneemann on the court aside Leigh Waters. Lacy Schneemann was the 4th-round pick for the New York Hustlers. An unsuspecting hero for the Hustlers in a Dream Breaker, if you'll reflect back on MLP Mesa. Nobody gave her a big chance, but she is an incredible athlete, especially when it comes down to the Dream Breakers. I think this one's going 5, if I had to guess, Adam. What do you think?
I think that's very reasonable, and I think with just how tight the talent is on these two teams, I think it might even be one of the most likely outcomes of all the matchups this weekend for the Dream Breaker.
Let's take a look at the head-to-head numbers. Leigh Waters and her partner Leigh Jansen with a 57% win probability over Anna Bright and Lacy Schneemann. They have the edge in Duper and their power rating, so you would suspect that they are the stronger team in this matchup. So if you're Lacy Schneemann and Anna Bright, how are you approaching them?
Well, definitely, you have to try to avoid Leigh Waters at all costs, but at the same time, she's one of the best poachers out there. She can leak into the middle of the court, whether it's right side or left side or in front of her partner, to do damage. So I would definitely look to target Leigh Jansen, and possibly, because Leigh Waters is such a good poacher, I would say return to Leigh Waters, and then once the players get to the kitchen, I would look to really target Leigh Jansen.
And why return to Leigh Waters?
Because Leigh Waters is so good at poaching. Not even that Leigh is bad. It's kind of a pick your poison situation. And I would much rather have Leigh driving and Leigh crashing than the other way around.
There he is, the most electrifying man in sports, Tyson McGuffin, sporting the mullet and supporting his teammate Anna Bright, who also brings a ton of fire to every match that she plays in. Hayden Patriquin with the swag at his age, very fast hands.
Cool customer out there. Very cool customer.
And so we're moments away from first serve here on Championship Court. But first, a quick shout out to our sponsors. One of our sponsors here at Major League Pickleball Daytona Beach, Circle. Your water doesn't have to be boring, Adam.
It does not.
You could spice it up like this spicy matchup.
Ha! See what you did, Michelle. Let's go.
With the circle water. Lots of circle spicy water here on championship court.
Oh, listen to it.
The crowd is alive.
Let's go.
The atmosphere is bumping here in Daytona Beach. It's so fun to watch the explosion, not only of the fastest growing sport in America, of pickleball, but Major League Pickleball is creating something that's never been done before in sports. In what other sport do you ever have an Leigh Waters at age 16, female, squaring off against a Tyson McGuffin in his mid-30s as a man in singles? It's incredible. Leigh Waters will be squaring off for the first serve. Jansen early.
And I just want to bring up a couple of little points here.
Please do, Adam.
A handful of tournaments earlier this year, Leigh Waters and Anna Bright played together. Also, you have Anna Bright and her special friend, James Ignatowich, facing off against each other in this matchup.
That is long, and that is absolutely an intriguing storyline. Anna Bright and James Ignatowich partnering up, deciding to partner up this season in mixed doubles, say they don't do well playing against each other.
No.
Well, they have to in this tournament. See how that unfolds.
Pressure from Anna Bright. Also, I don't exactly know what happened, but I know Leigh Jansen and Tyson McGuffin were set to play some mixed this year and have not ended up playing together. So just a couple wrinkles to throw in there.
Plot thickens. Biggest matchup. Lacy Schneemann lining that one up. Into the net she goes. The Hustlers with an early advantage over the 5's.
Yep, you know, I talk about the risk reward all the time, Michelle, and I like strong moves. I like aggression, especially with court positioning, but occasionally you're going to get caught.
Schneemann, so good with her hands. She was a sneaky pick for the Hustlers in the 4th round, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely.
I think she's an underrated player.
Lots of upside, lots of special things she can do on the court.
And a break goes wide. She knows it.
Yes, and it was actually Lacy Schneemann that sealed the deal against Megan Dizon to take out Ben Johnson, Seattle Pioneers, and MLP Mesa.
That's right. Lacy Schneemann punches it home on the forehand. This isn't even her full-time gig, Adam.
And her full-time gig's a pretty reasonable one. Go ahead, Michelle.
Aerospace engineer for Boeing.
Okay,
Decent.
there it is. There it is.
So 9 to 5, demanding job, I would imagine. And here she is on the pro pickleball circuit. Schneemann goes long that time, so the 5's climbing their way back in. Anna Bright with a big forehand.
Yeah, and the Hustlers definitely a little tighter to the line early in this match as the 5's getting stuck in the mid-court and back of the court early on.
Lacy Schneemann, so good on that backhand.
That's right, and that's a one-hander. We talk about the ladies really coming around the ball, kind of stroking it like a tennis two-handed backhand, but when you can punch from the chest as well as that, like Lacy Schneemann can do, where do you go, Michelle? I do not know.
That's what you're supposed to tell us, Adam.
Yeah, I know.
Where do you go? Where does one go?
Oh, we got Anna Bright checking for a new ball, and a shout out to her. I would say probably the best quote of MLP Mesa on her interview. She said, "Winners win and hustlers hustle."
Yes, good memory by you, Adam.
It was so good.
Oh man, Anna Bright only began playing pickleball with her parents in October of 2021. She is now a full-time dedicated pickleballer. The points.
I think it went back and forth. Who can swing bigger? I think on that last one, Leigh almost touched her back with the backswing. You know, when the ball is coming at you with that kind of pace, got to be a little bit shorter.
Another huge backhand. They cannot seem to figure that out.
Yeah, and if Lacy Schneemann is winning dink battles and getting pop-ups at the kitchen line, one of her probably bigger weaknesses, watch out with that power and that movement combined with the consistency. That is big-time stuff for the New York Hustlers.
The Hustlers come out on top in this timeout, leading by 5. Anna Bright and Lacy Schneemann haven't looked back since they started. These two have two strong tennis backgrounds. Lacy Schneemann attended USC, where she played club tennis and was the captain for 2 years. Anna Bright, so good with all of her skills, but her tennis background is impressive. She played tennis at UC Berkeley, ranked as high as number 13 in the country. She was a former champion of Major League Pickleball in Newport Beach in 2022, co-event MVP, and there's Leigh Waters, the mother of Annalie Waters. The two played women's doubles together until Leigh got injured. So far, how do you feel like this partnership is unfolding for Annalie Waters and Leigh Jansen in terms of this matchup against Lacy and Anna?
No, I think on paper it's a solid matchup. Okay, look at this. Timeout, we have a switch. I was about to talk about the sides and how they fit together, and they decided with this 5-point deficit to try to mix things up and get New York Hustlers out of rhythm.
He predicts the future. He is Adam Skilling. Anna Bright with the serve. Over to Annalie Waters now on the left side. Anna Bright tags Leigh Jansen. They continue to jam up Jansen. How are they able to do it on the Hustler side?
Hands too good. I mean, the ball before the miss hit from Leigh Jansen was absolutely ridiculous. So for Anna to hit a clean ball back after that quality counter, I mean, tip your cap, too good.
Oh, Anna Bright with a clean winner.
All the energy on the Hustlers. So we got the noisemakers. We got some signs out there. Great start for the Hustlers. 11-4 at the end change. Good stuff.
The sound always increases by many decibels when these two teams are matching up. Here's a view of the beautiful facilities here at Daytona at Holly Hill.
Vendor Village, I think that's the VIP tent. There's a lot going on here, Michelle.
Vendor Village. You should be here. You don't want to miss it. And if you haven't been to a Major League Pickleball event, get your tickets for the next one. We've got 4 more coming up here on the schedule for 2023.
So I believe the last event of the first season will be at San Clemente here in a month or two. Very exciting. Back from the East Coast over to the West Coast.
Maybe you'll be a dad by then.
I think I will be. Oh, God.
Oh, Lacy Schneemann gets caught. Leigh Jansen bouncing back.
Yeah, don't mind it. Lacy Schneemann, you see a lot of top pros kind of work their way forward. Lacy Schneemann hits a drop and comes in hot. Sure, Anna Bright has done some really nice things here, but Lacy Schneemann.
The stare down.
I don't think she's missed a ball. Oh, there it is.
She's so good.
The double.
How does she find enough time to even train with a full-time engineering job? That's what I want to know. Her first miss of the day.
Right, and I'll tell you, and it wasn't even an unforced error. It was a great shot from Anna Waters. So, but I'll tell you what, when Anna Bright, when your partner gives you the crazy eyes, they stare at you after a big point and gives you the crazy eyes, it really gets you pumped up. And Anna Bright got some of the best crazy eyes out there.
Precise shot to Anna Waters' backhand.
Very well done. Taking a slight risk, thinking Anna Waters would be squeezing the middle, and she was. Very nice shot from Schneemann.
13-6.
Called out. Leigh Jansen is looking to defer to the referee. You cannot do that. You have to call a challenge within 10 seconds.
Right. You're absolutely correct, Michelle, but she is questioning whether it hit the hair of Lacy Schneemann.
Oh. So either way, you still have to call a challenge within 10 seconds.
Yes. So yeah. So my point was mute.
No, it's not mute. I was just confused.
Thanks, partner.
So, so sorry, Adam. Didn't mean to throw you under the bus there. I was just trying to work through my thoughts out loud. So challenge is called.
Yes.
Due to the astute observation of my partner in here, Adam Stone, calling it off the hair of Lacy Schneemann. Did you see it at the hair?
A men's maid. I have no idea. But it's a real
because
thing.
Because of all the hair that you have.
Right.
This is a familiar territory for you.
Sure, it's a real thing for the ladies, though. I've seen it plenty of times. The question is, it's just so hard on the like. How do you call that?
How do you have indisputable evidence?
I mean,
it kind of looks like her ponytail flips out after the.
Wow. And also the thing is it's hard to like be quote unquote a good sport because a lot of times you don't feel it. If the wiffle ball clips
where it's based on your head.
Right, exactly. And so it's hard to know, especially when you're kind of jerking your body to get out of the way of the ball. Sometimes it clips your shirt or your hair and you don't know. So we'll just have to see what the referees come up with. This one could go either way.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's such a tough call. I don't envy these referees in a lot of situations. They're doing a great job, but some of these calls are so tight.
I know.
Oh, they're playing I Whip My Hair Back and Forth. Let's go. Whoever the DJ is, well
That's
played.
Hilarious.
Well played, sir.
That's so good. Well played. I don't know. That's tough. I don't know what you do in this situation. Even if it catches her hair, I don't know if you have indisputable evidence to prove that.
Yes, exactly. I think. Oh, wow. They're saying it did touch her hair. There you go.
Okay. At least she's got the song and the dance moves potentially to show for it. Anna Waters and Leigh Jansen will take the point and the serve.
7-13.
Lacy Schneemann speeds it up. Love the choice.
Yeah, well, Anna was much more on that one than the previous ball, but Schneemann definitely sees something, Michelle, as she has gone to that shot at least twice, if not 3 times in this women's doubles match.
It's effective so far. Oh, Schneemann was feeling that one, top of the tape, and that court catches her.
And one of the things that it does, of course, having a quality shot and having Anna Leigh hit the counter out is great, but it stops her from creeping to the middle of the court as well when Schneemann attacks that spot.
Oh, just wide for Waters. A comfortable lead continues for the Hustlers.
Schneemann up to the task. I mean, she's heads up with the best player in the world, and there is no back down.
Another error for Anna Leigh Waters. You mentioned it, top 5 player in the world in women's pro pickleball. She was also named Forbes 30 under 30 class of 2022 after raking in 4 PPA Triple Crowns. She's an incredible athlete, that Anna Leigh Waters, but the Hustlers taking care of business on their side.
Yep, Jansen getting fired up. Good energy from her and a slight stare down, even though Anna Bright, I think, was pretty on that shot. She gets that 10 times. I think the odds will be in her favor.
Tough miss for Schneemann. And Bright taking some ownership on that point, it looked like.
Yeah, maybe she was thinking she should have taken that in the middle instead of exposing Lacy Schneemann's left foot.
There she is that time in the middle. Takes a step over. Anna Bright with a 7-point lead for the Hustlers and the serve to Waters. Schneemann takes full advantage of an easy pop-up.
Just not interested in easing her way forward. She hits that ball. I don't know if it's trust in her shot or just the fact that she wants to come in hot, but either way you shake it, it's well played from her.
Long for Anna Leigh Waters, making more errors than she normally does, but credit to the Hustlers for putting her in tough situations. 2 points away for the Hustlers, closing in on game 1.
That's a good point. Rarely is it all one or the other. It's usually some combination of, maybe some loose footwork, but also when you're the Hustlers making these kind of shots, it makes it very difficult to be consistent.
Oh, Schneemann wanted it. Here come the 5's.
12-19.
Leigh Jansen on the serve. And Jansen follows that serve up with a body bag of Anna Bright. Things can easily get out of hand with this rally point scoring format.
13-19.
Can't miss that one.
Absolutely true. I'm not sure if she maybe changed the spot she wanted to go with that dink or possibly was thinking of speeding that ball up, but either way there was a little hiccup and a hitch in her swing and it cost her.
Schneemann picks apart the middle of the New Jersey 5's, and the New York Hustlers take a commanding win over the 5's early in this game number 1. What did you think of that performance from Anna Bright and Lacy Schneemann, Adam?
I mean, Lacy Schneemann, you said it, 4th round pick. Playing the number 1 and 2 best singles players in the world on the women's side, and the number 1 women's doubles player in the world. And she, like I said, she didn't back down at all. She took it to them. She had great counterattacks at her body with one-handed backhands. Just a well-played match for Lacy.
The third member of our crew, Dominic Catalano, is with the winners, Lacy Schneemann and Anna Bright. Dom.
First and foremost, congratulations, ladies. How important is it to get that first women's doubles victory here early?
It's really important. You know, it sets the tone. You know, we're up against a great team, a team we lost to last time. So, you know, we're hungry. That's on paper the best women's team here, you know, Leigh. And we came out hot, and we took care of business and decided to watch our boys continue the show.
And it seemed like, Lacy, pace was the answer for you guys. You wanted to speed it up and play fast. Was that your game plan going in?
That's pretty much what me and AB are going to do all the time. You know, we think we have some of the best hands out here, so that's our game, and that's the way we're going to play.
All right, the Lady Hustlers set the table for the gentlemen. Up 1-0. We'll take a break and be right back with men's doubles.
It's Saturday. No one's here, right? Are you getting this? So if he wants the invoice...
Water doesn't have to be boring. Turn it up with Circle. With over 40 delicious flavors and a dial that controls your intensity, Circle starts a party for your taste buds. No sugar, no calories, and no artificial flavors. Just good times. Circle, it's your water, your way. Try Circle at drinkcircle.com.
Just like my mama said, hard times and that good way that you're born. Hustler, when the world wants you to sing or swim, I ain't gonna do that.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
At From with Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from with Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Oro Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
We're back on championship court. It is time for the men's doubles matchup between the Hustlers and the New Jersey 5's. Boy, oh boy, did Anna Bright and her partner Lacy Schneemann put an exclamation point on game number 1. They ran away with it. Annalie Waters and Leigh Jansen had no answers for the pressure that Anna Bright and Lacy Schneemann, who perhaps was the X factor in this one. You know what Anna Bright brings to the table. Lacy Schneemann was the 4th round pick and held court the entire game. So now it's time for the men's, which is your forte, Adam Stone. So we phrase this question to you. James Ignatowich and his partner, Hayden Patriquin, against Tyson McGuffin and the man that was built for Major League Pickleball, Rafa Hewett. So according to the head-to-head, Hewett and McGuffin have the edge in win probability. However, James Ignatowich, recently someone you spoke to on your podcast, and his partner Hayden Patriquin, how do you see this playing out on the side of the 5's that they want to change their fate?
Well, Ignatowich is definitely the heaviest hitter player that's going to take the most court out there. I expect Hayden Patriquin to settle in to that supporting role. So definitely Ignatowich is my X factor. He's been playing less tenured on the court than all of the other 3 players. So if he plays big, it's going to be tough for the Hustlers. If he makes a few errors, those rocks on the other side, veteran New York Hustlers, are going to be in trouble.
Patriquin and Ignatowich on the board first. Just wide for McGuffin and Hewett. A couple of unforced errors to begin this game, but at least the pressure's off.
Yeah, right. 2 big drives, too, from James Ignatowich to start the match off. Missed return from Rafa Hewett, so a couple earned points and a gift also. I mean, they'll take it all, especially after the ladies were unable to get that win in the first match.
With a counter, potentially hitting an outball, doesn't matter. Hustlers get a point.
He's padding the stats.
He's padding. There
he does. He doesn't want Hayden having unforced error. He wants the winner. He wants the winner.
McGuffin to Ignatowich. Patriquin makes it look easy on the finish, but that point was earned by Ignatowich.
Definitely. Nice smooth angle to finish from Patriquin, but some nice setup play throughout that point from his partner. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my. Sorry, guys.
And the 5's are off to the hot start. Hewett and McGuffin seem to be struggling to find their rhythm. Lots of errors on their side, not really in a zone quite yet.
A big yep from Rafa Hewett right on cue. And I totally agree with you, Michelle, but if there's a team that can feed off energy and put a string of points together, it's these two.
Sails that ball long.
Yeah, it's a nice move from Rafa Hewett as James Ignatowich was late getting forward, but neutralized that threat, and Rafa Hewett sailing it long.
Grabs the line. It was Hayden Patriquin. He is small, but he's got hands.
Oh, he's got hands, and he creates a lot of power with a pretty short stroke, so don't let the slight frame fool you. This kid can play.
He's got swagger.
Yeah, and I believe he just stared down the mullet for more than a second. So he's barking back. You got the dogs over there, the New York Hustlers. They love to call themselves that. But hey, Hayden Patriquin not backing down whatsoever.
McGuffin takes the bounce off the net, buries it.
Yeah, tough luck for Ignatowich, who at any moment is willing to pull a trigger off that two-handed backhand side, especially off of the bounce.
The net for Patriquin. So McGuffin and Hewett pull within 3. Sneak attack from Hayden Patriquin. Good vision from the youngster.
Yeah, definitely a couple times now that he has caught Tyson McGuffin leaking to the middle, and he put that ball right behind him nicely 2 times now. His chest, catching McGuffin in the right shoulder, and nobody on the court was happier than James Ignatowich, who just gives him a look like, keep going, man.
Hayden Patriquin, 17 years old. His partner, James Ignatowich, and the New Jersey 5's starting to turn the tables here in men's doubles, looking to even out the series against the Hustlers. They're the first team to 11, so we will have an end change. And what have you seen so far on their side?
Well, first off, we mentioned before the broadcast so many storylines in this match. How did I forget that Ignatowich and Tyson McGuffin are partners on the PPA Tour?
That's right.
So just another wrinkle there. And yes, it's an energy thing for the Hustlers. You know, sometimes when you're known as that energy team, if you don't get yourself into a situation to really let it out, things can get away from you. So I expect them to clean up a couple of the errors, ramp up some aggression, especially early in the point with third shot drives and poaches, and see if they can't rattle the 5's, especially Hayden Patriquin.
So what do McGuffin and Hewett need to do to get back into this one?
Yeah, no, just as I said, I would say ramp up the aggression. When you drive and you poach and you get some big shots, some clean winners, that's what's going to get them going.
They're on the defense that time. Patriquin and Ignatowich forcing their hand into the defense. No chance to get aggressive at that point.
You're exactly right. There's no opportunities. They're beating them to the punch. They got to find a way to mix it up.
Hustlers will take that one, trailing by 6.
Let's get a nice shake and bake point here. Let's see a good drive and poach.
That ball is out.
Well, hey, if you're not going to drive and poach, hit a third shot drop like that, Rafa Hewett. Beautifully curled right over the net. Hayden Patriquin pushing that wide.
Here's the drive again, answered by Patriquin, who walks backwards just so he can give his thoughts.
See his opponent.
Give his thoughts.
He doesn't want to take his eyes off those guys right now.
17 years old. And a pro pickleball player. Oh, Tyson McGuffin answers the call that time.
Right, and we obviously fantastic counter from Tyson McGuffin, but Rafa Hewett has hit 3 or 4 pretty good drives at Hayden Patriquin with Tyson McGuffin moving forward, and Hayden Patriquin's first volley has been incredibly on point so far in this match.
8-13.
Baseline and the feet of McGuffin.
14-8.
Oh, James Ignatowich. His hands are too good.
Yeah, it's a perfect spot too. He knows he's got a lefty in front of him. So left hip is definitely a spot on Rafa Hewett. That two-handed backhand counter is ferocious. But if you can catch him on that left hip, sometimes he hits the ball behind his body, and that's a good advantage for the 5's. Couple let cords there, and some nice recoveries, and a loose dink error from Tyson McGuffin, especially with the score discrepancy. Can't have that in this moment.
James Ignatowich, so powerful.
Again on the hip, same combination. Two-handed backhand off of the bounce at the left hip of Rafa Hewett, and then a huge shot on the next ball, Michelle.
You've talked to him in depth about his backhand, especially with the counterpunch. What have you learned by watching him lately and the way he's been able to progress his game so quickly?
I just love that he can go back and forth, and what I mean by that is a big two-hander in space. Most players don't have both, so he has the one-handed punch right at his chest when his opponents attack his body, and if they decide to attack space, whether that's line or, well, of course, when he's on the left, it's going to be line, he can crush the two-hander as well. So I've made this statement multiple times today. Where do you go? I know it's my job to say, but my goodness, when he's hitting thunderous shots like that, it really puts the thought in the back of your mind, can I really attack this ball with his hands?
So if this is your team, if you were the Hustlers and advising them, and they're asking you that question, where do you go? What do you tell them?
Well, I would do what I can to create a pattern to where I can attack Hayden Patriquin and not James Ignatowich. And the issue with that is Hayden's playing fantastic as well. So,
softballs to Hayden?
Yeah, that's right. So softballs to Hayden, and you can even hit a couple balls to the middle to where we can try to get an attack opportunity at Hayden Patriquin.
Tyson McGuffin and the Hustlers trying to gain some momentum on their side. It's McGuffin to Ignatowich. Oh boy. Ooh. Traffic Hustlers.
Yeah, it's just such an important part of their game, the drive and poach, and it's been completely taken away from them in this matchup by the 5's.
Into the net for McGuffin, and it looks like the 5's are going to run away with this one.
Yeah, and he got McGuffin in the air. McGuffin totally flinched, thinking Patriquin was going to attack line, and he forced the dink error.
Wide goes Rafa Hewett, and so game point for game number 2 to even out the series on the side of the New Jersey 5's. Gary Vaynerchuk's team. Oh. Don't know how Rafa Hewett got that first one, doesn't matter. The New Jersey 5's counter in dominant fashion, a 21-9 finish over the Hustlers. Gary V on his feet, supporting his team, happy with the results of Hayden Patriquin and James Ignatowich. They didn't look back. What was the X factor for you?
Well, I think it was crazy that the Hustlers women were just too good, and I think it's the same situation for the 5's. They were just too good in that particular match. Oh, we got the 5's clown. There we go, on camera.
The mascot is here.
So colorful. So, sure, there's maybe a small tweak they could have made, but sometimes in this game of pickleball, your opponents are just too hot and playing too well. Let's refocus right now and get to our mixed doubles.
So the plot thickens as we head into the mixed doubles round, but for now we check in with Dominic Catalano with the winners. Dom.
James, I'll start with you. That's a huge answer to even this up at 1 apiece. You and H going in, started out fast. Was that your game plan?
Yeah, I think it's, I mean, obviously they're great players. Tyson's an absolute stud. He's, you know, the Selkirk mascot, basically, and I'm kind of just in his footsteps. So getting to play with him is super fun, and Rafa's such a great player also that, like, we knew we had to play well to beat him, and that's, you know, luckily enough, Hayden absolutely stepped up, and I held my own as well. So.
And Hayden, a bunch of 1-2 combos that you were finishing right there. Was it something you were looking for against Rafa Hewett and Tyson McGuffin there?
Yeah, definitely. But one thing is, I just don't lose to old guys. That's just it right there.
Well, you heard it here first. As the New Jersey 5's answer, we are all tied at 1 apiece, heading into mixed doubles coming up next.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No change could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
Dulce Vida. You are what you drink.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
We are back, and the plot thickens here on Championship Court. What was that scoop that we just missed on the whiteboard from one of the teams between the New York Hustlers and the New Jersey 5's? If you're just joining us, here's the scoop. Women's doubles was in favor of Anna Bright and Lacy Schneemann. They dominated against Leigh Jansen and Annalie Waters. So then we turn to men's doubles. The script completely flips. When James Ignatowich and Hayden Patriquin dominated, then Tyson McGuffin and his partner, Rafa Hewett. So now we move into mixed doubles. Michelle McMahon, Adam Stone in the booth, Dominic Catalano courtside with you. So the partnerships goes as follows. The New Jersey 5's were the home team, so that meant the Hustlers had to put their team out first. They chose Rafa Hewett and Lacy Schneemann, and the 5's countered with Leigh Jansen and James Ignatowich. First serve underway. Ball is called wide. James is maybe looking the question to counter to challenge, and he's 10 seconds is run out.
Yeah, he was chatting with Ryan Harwood, the GM of the team, about the possible decision, and they're going to keep that challenge.
Oh, Rafa Hewett just catches the backside of Ignatowich.
Yeah, very nice play. And Leigh Jansen had to do some weird footwork to get out of the kitchen after that great get. So Ignatowich coming over to help her out, and perfectly placed by Rafa Hewett behind him.
Oh, take shot. Apologizes, probably doesn't mean it. Rafa Hewett and the Hustlers up 3-0 on the 5's. Lacy Schneemann back to serve to Ignatowich. The lefty nuance of Rafa Hewett, an interesting angle here. How does that change things for us, Adam? The Blues back home, watching Rafa, the lefty, going straight up against James.
Oh, it's huge. So you have the ladies heads up and you have the men heads up. It's always a completely different dynamic when this situation happens, and it happens quite often.
James wanted this matchup, though, because he got to choose.
That is correct.
So, why do you think he chose to go straight up on Rafa? Obviously, he feels confident. He can dance me in just a moment.
Yes, it's very interesting because I think that this is the clear-cut New York #2 team, and I kind of think the 5's have a 1A and a 1B team. So, it is interesting.
Oh, the defense of Schneemann. Oh, just long for Schneemann, and the 5's had to earn every inch of that point.
Yes, they did. I like it, though. Schneemann, 2 reasonable looks with some offensive attacks coming forward. She didn't capitalize on either one, but stay aggressive, Lacy.
Hewett, James Ignatowich getting his team going, trailing now by 2.
3-5.
James Ignatowich, definitely, I would label him, he's an interesting personality, maybe even possibly spacey at times, but he's a very smart guy, and I promise you, there is a reason why he wanted to be heads up from Rafa Hewett. Very good strategist.
Just long for the Hustlers. Tie game on Championship Court. Didn't take long for the 5's to come back in this one. Behind James Ignatowich is the owner's suite. The VIP section. Rafa Hewett packs a powerful punch when he gets the chance.
And that could be a reason why James wanted to be in front of him with that 2-handed backhand off of the bounce at the left hip of Rafa Hewett. But Rafa Hewett very ready for that last one.
Momentum swinging back and forth on both sides.
Use it. 6-6.
Jansen to serve to Rafa Hewett. The Hustlers back on top.
7-6.
Ignatowich not going anywhere.
Yeah, seesaw affair early on. I'm not sure. 4 or 5 point swing one way, 4 or 5 point swing the other way, and now we're trading points these last few. So very tightly competitive match like we were expecting, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Big picture-wise, the Hustlers finished second at Mesa. They were runner-up, and the New Jersey 5's finished 13th, dropping 2 matches there. The Hustlers running 14 event points in terms of the big picture standings. Oh, what happened there?
I believe that was James saying yours at the same time Leigh was saying you, and that's an issue.
The Spider-Man name. you.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. I do see what you mean.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Maybe. Maybe forcing that one. That's okay. I thought it was fine. Thought you would back me up for a second.
Leigh taking a page out of the Matt Wright book with the emphatic "that's out." She could have just said out, but she wanted to let them know very wide on that shot. In that situation it does happen occasionally. I really think it's the responsibility of the player that is furthest back in the court to call switch or stay. So she has to let James know because she has a better vision and view of the situation.
It's good to know. Hewett coming to left midway through game number 3.
Definitely consider Rafa Hewett a slightly better mixed player than men's, and he's showing that these last few points for sure.
Hyping up his team on that point. Why is Rafa Hewett a better mixed doubles partner?
He's got a lot of power, great drive, and he moves very well for a big man.
Sails long, so the Hustlers maintain a 2-point lead, the first team to 11, so we will have an end change. What's the theme for you so far in this one, if any?
Yeah, no, there really hasn't been too many extended points. So it's early drives. You see Rafa Hewett, one of the few players on tour that will drive his 3rd shot, his 5th shot, his 7th, and keep going. So there hasn't been even though this is very tight and been back and forth, there hasn't been an incredible amount of, as I mentioned, extended rallies where you get into a rhythm. So I expect that to continue. It's going to be a slightly chaotic match. We've seen some confusion with James Ignatowich and Leigh Jansen in their court positioning, and I expect more firepower and fireworks and early in the point shot making from both teams.
The wives are in full support. You just saw a moment ago Rafa Hewett's wife and Tyson McGuffin's wife in the crowd supporting their husbands in this Major League Pickleball tournament.
Yes, both.
A lot of money on the line.
Yeah, and both big family men. So they got kids, they got wives, and they bring them to most of the tournaments. And I think that really kind of settles them in between events and keeps them grounded. And I think it's a good thing.
Love that perspective. Oh, James Ignatowich all over the opportunity to put that point away.
Big athletic guy, shows off all that length and power right there.
Ignatowich, former Division I tennis player at Vanderbilt. And playing tennis at age 6. Now turned pro pickleball. Started the sport for fun. Oh, Rafa Hewett and the way he hits the angle. Even if you know where it's going, it's hard to stop with the power he
This is a
has.
perfect time to tell my story.
Okay.
Rafa
Yes.
Hewett hit an inside-out forehand against me last year, and my calf exploded. He ended my career. He ruined my career, Rafa Hewett, single-handedly.
So we found a position for you
Yes.
behind
Well,
him.
maybe it was a blessing in disguise, but I'm still pretty upset with him.
Maybe your calf is not appreciative, but we're appreciative. We're happy to have you here. Thanks, Rafa. Oh, it was a wise attempt, but James was like, yeah, see you later.
Yeah, that was one of those situations. Sometimes you'll see some hot dogging with the between the leg shots where they didn't really need to do it. I think that was one of those situations where Rafa Hewett had no other option.
It's amazing that he was even able to do that in a no option situation. Oh. The way he's able to drop in some of those thirds with the top spin he has is impressive.
Yes, I think that it's very difficult to know what Rafa Hewett is going to do, and I think that maybe gets him in trouble sometimes, but it also gets his opponents in trouble sometimes.
You're saying he doesn't know what he's going to do?
Maybe that's what I was alluding to. Yes, I think that's exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you.
James Ignatowich back to serve to Schneemann. Goes back to the Hustlers, LeBron James's team.
Yeah, similar to women's, Leigh Jansen struggling a little bit to get forward. See her in the back of the court in the transition zone a little too much in these two matches. Must get to that non-volley zone line.
Cut backhand goes into the net for Schneemann. Tie game, the 5's.
Yeah, and you don't really see James Ignatowich go with mid-paced attacks very frequently, and that was a very good one. He's more of a grip it and rip it kind of guy, but that ball with the mid-pace fooling his opponent.
Schneemann answers back after the backhand error. 15-14. What do you think of the cut backhand?
Yes, the cut backhand, I really like it on the soft shots. So the dinking, the blocking, even maybe some third shot drops. But sometimes on the counter attacks, the swinging volleys and the top spin can be a better option. So I think ideally you want to be able to go back and forth between both. I know not everyone has that luxury. Just important to know the advantages and disadvantages of those two options.
Timeout is called on the floor. Rafa Hewett, Lacy Schneemann with the current lead by 2, but this one has been trading momentum, swinging back and forth. Lacy Schneemann with a 5.65 duper. She's 26 years old. We mentioned it earlier, like she's working a full-time intense job and still managing a prolific professional pickleball career.
Yeah, when I first started, almost everyone had a second job. Now it's pretty few.
Yeah, but you have to win to be able to make money playing at pickleball. I mean, you have to be one of the top, right?
Yeah, so true. And you'll see quite a few of the challenger level players that have that second job. But some of these most of these premier players are full-time picklers.
So many interesting storylines. Rafa Hewett, 2-time Major League Pickleball champion, countering against James Ignatowich, whose duper rank is 7th. He is 22 years old. He is very accustomed to both Tyson McGuffin and Anna Bright, his PPA tour partner.
Yep.
McGuffin, his girlfriend, is Anna Bright, and so at least they don't match up. Wise man to not.
Correct. Correct.
Maybe that's why he chose the counter.
I would really like to know if that had any factor into the decision.
preserve the relationship. Good timeout call by the 5's. They earn the point in the side out. Ignatowich to serve to Schneemann. Rafa Hewett catches Leigh Jansen off guard.
Yes, and a nice job on the initial counterattack from Rafa Hewett after that two-handed speed up from Ignatowich.
Then Lacy Schneemann heads to Leigh Jansen and catches another fortuitous error on her side, but a nice drive by Schneemann.
To be 6'3", as he shuffles his feet to get out wide for a two-handed backhand dink, and then plenty of time to get back to the middle of the court. Great movement from James.
Ignatowich punishing, Hewett. Well, I guess Ignatowich maybe punished himself on that one, so I wasn't on the wrong track completely, but Hewett finished the point.
Yeah, you should have just stuck with your initial comment, because that is what happened.
Punishing himself. Hewett making it so. Jansen roars with frustration, so the Hustlers with game point and a chance to go up 2-1 on the New Jersey 5's.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Jansen. Some matches, those counterattacks are 1 inch over the net. Sometimes they're hitting the tape, and unfortunately for her, it's the latter so far in this match.
Oh, Schneemann and Hewett come away victorious in game number 3, Rafa Hewett getting the people on their feet.
Round them up. That's the Rafa Hewett.
Round them up. Rafa Hewett finds the backside of James Ignatowich, and the Hustlers are back on top in the series against the New Jersey 5's, but Anna Leigh Waters, the #1 overall pick from 2023, takes the court next with her partner Hayden Patriquin, looking to even out the series against Anna Bright and Tyson McGuffin, which is what you feel the New York Hustlers' clear #1 mixed doubles team. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Comes down to the 4th mixed doubles matchup, and if we must, which I would not be surprised if we do, we will go to that tiebreaker game in the Dreambreaker format. But for now, Rafa Hewett and Lacy Schneemann are with our Dominic Catalano. Dom.
Lacy, I'll start with you. You guys go up early, 6-1. They come back and tie it. What are you guys thinking at that point?
You know, they're a great team, so you know the runs go either way, and we're going to get some, and they're going to get some, and we just kind of got to grind it out. We were feeling each other out for sure for a bit, but you know, I think we got the game plan working by the end of it.
Rafa, tied a lot in the middle there between 5 and 10, 12 points. What puts you over the edge there to take that victory? Give yourself a 2-1 lead.
Well, we called that timeout, and we had a little game plan. Figured out that the drop was working cross-court a lot, so got that Addy power. Let's go. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see about that NML.
All right, well, the New York Hustlers go up 2-1 on the 5's. 5's have to answer here to try and force a dream breaker here on championship court. Clear.
First surgery was a total knee replacement. I ended up with an infection. They were gonna have to amputate my leg. That just was not okay with me. The moment I entered HSS, the care was exceptional. For somebody to tell me you're gonna keep your leg, it was magical. Everything is so alive because I got my life back.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
We're back on championship court. It is game number 4 between the Hustlers and the 5's. A dramatic matchup so far. Women's doubles went in favor of the Hustlers. Anna Bright, Lacy Schneemann ran away with their victory, and then Tyson, McGuffin, and Rafa Hewett got smacked by James Ignatowich and Hayden Patriquin, who, I quote, said does not lose to old men. So we will test that theory here in game number 4. Not that Tyson's that old, he's mid-30s rather, but
Yeah.
in the pro pickleball circuit, one considers that maybe on the older side of the career.
Right, didn't used to be, but now I think that's definitely old. I believe he's 34.
Didn't used to be,
yes.
but you're old, man.
Yes,
Sorry about it.
now you are. So.
Adam Stone's words, not mine.
You've made that exact statement a couple times. So am I saying is my stuff too spicy?
No, I like it. Michelle McMahon, Adam Stone in the booth, Dominic Catalano courtside, as we get you ready for the 4th matchup. Annalie Waters. If you're a pickleball fan, you know about her. She is one of the best pickleball players in the world. And in terms of mixed doubles, how does a player like Annalie Waters change things in terms of partnership? Typically, the guy takes over more court, but when you have Annalie Waters on your side, you don't need to do that as the guy. So perhaps that's why they went with this partnership.
Yes, definitely. So, yeah, I'm real interested to see the frequencies from the Hustlers, how often they're going to Annalie and how often they're going to Patriquin. It could be even.
Oh, and a great angle on Waters right away.
Yeah, I was worried about that one when it was in the air, to be perfectly honest, but she dropped it right in there.
That ball sails long, tie game.
Yeah, that's the slide and slap from Tyson, and to be honest, I kind of like it. He overcooked that ball, but it's all good.
Patriquin that time catches Anna Bright, handcuffed.
It's just so, it's crazy. It's so short and so hard to read and has pace. It's just a very nice forehand, especially from Hayden Patriquin.
Not that side.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see the Hustlers not afraid to dink plenty of balls to Hayden Patriquin in this matchup.
That's who they're targeting first. He handles it that time. Talking to himself. That was Patriquin. He'll take that to serve. McGuffin was waiting.
Yeah, it's always tough when you're the player as we can see early on, that they are targeting Hayden Patriquin. When you are the off-the-ball player, it's always tough when you finally get a ball. Do you pull the trigger and be aggressive, or do you stay in that dink pattern?
Waters catches McGuffin high that time.
Yeah, worked out nicely. Slightly questionable in that initial speed up from Anna Leigh, but when you have world-class hands, sometimes you bail yourself out. Nice job from Hayden. No doubt in my mind that Anna Bright thought that Hayden Patriquin was going to rip that ball. He takes it right at her left foot in mid-pace and creates the error.
McGuffin, the enforcer on that point.
Yeah, tough spot for McGuffin. Not much Hayden Patriquin can do as the Anna Leigh Waters drive sails higher than she wanted. Very nice.
6-5.
Tyson McGuffin getting skinny, kind of turning sideways, making his himself as little as possible, as he knows it is very difficult for Anna Leigh Waters to keep that ball in from the position she attacked.
That ball is long. Patriquin questioning whether or not he should use a challenge.
Yeah, the Anna Leigh frequency of speed ups when she's seeing a ball is sky high right now. And you see, I believe that is the GM of the Hustlers down there aggressively clapping because he was right on the baseline and is very convinced that ball was for sure out. You see Mama Waters over there talking to Anna Leigh, imparting some knowledge from the outside of the court looking in.
What do you think she's saying?
That is a very good question. As I mentioned right before this official challenge attempt, the frequency of how often Anna Leigh Waters is speeding up the ball when it comes to her. She does have Tyson McGuffin in front of her, so maybe Leigh could be talking to her about possibly balancing out some of those attacks and picking her spots a little bit better. Hayden Patriquin very much patient, some good opportunities for offense, but mostly patient dinking, and Anna Leigh Waters looking to pull triggers.
Matchup-wise, what does Waters and Patriquin need to do? What do they need to do? And on the other side, Bright and McGuffin, what do both teams need to do to find their edge?
Well, I would say for the Fives, they have to expect the Hustlers to continue to target that backhand of Patriquin. So I would expect the Hustlers to stick with it. I like what I've seen from them so far. They seem to have a game plan, and they're sticking with it. Now, if that score discrepancy gets a little too much or the New Jersey Fives go on a run, maybe the Hustlers will mix the ball or move the ball around more, but I think they should stick right with what they're doing up to this point. And Patriquin answering the bell, huge in men's and so far in mixed. He did not have his best performance at MLP Mesa, so to see him step up and play better in this big moment, great to see that from Hayden Patriquin as he is definitely developing as a player in front of our eyes.
17 years old, Hayden Patriquin is, and Anna Leigh Waters just turned 16. Their combined age might be younger than Tyson McGuffin. Not that Tyson's old, but they're just so young.
Yeah, no, it is. He's 33 at the youngest, so probably more like 34. So what's 16 and 17? What's that? 33? 33?
34.
Is it? No, it's 33. 16 and 17.
Oh, yeah. Shoot.
Match 3.
Dang
If your mental math you can't be sharp after match 3, it's all good.
Oh, man. I wish you didn't ask me a math question just now. I'm ashamed of myself.
Uh-huh.
We're awaiting the challenge.
We have Leigh Jansen shooing the GM of the New York Hustlers away as he was barking something at her. This is good stuff. I like extracurricular activities. She gave him the shoe. Get out of here. This is our end of the court.
That's so funny. Ryan Harwood is a little less animated this. Oh. Rafa Hewett giving the roundup to his people.
Yeah, rounding up the whole New York Hustler Nation.
Time in. 7-6.
Of him, and Anna Brighton decides he's going to attack the body of Tyson McGuffin. I wouldn't say an odd decision, but worked out for him on that one. It's interesting, too, because we had Ignatowich and Rafa Hewett going crazy the previous match, and these two fellas, Hayden Patriquin and Tyson McGuffin, certainly lurking in the middle, but mostly on their sides to this point. Control of these players mid-air to hit a quality shot when they're jumping the corner is just so impressive, even though they make it look easy.
Tyson McGuffin. Easy put away. He'll take the serve and the lead.
There's nothing to read. There's no backswing. So sometimes when you have kind of more of that jerky swing and your swing isn't as smooth, you do make some errors, but at the same time, it is very difficult to read for your opponent.
I'd love to know what's running through Anna Bright's mind right now towards Patriquin. McGuffin decides to speed it up against Waters, who answers. Patriquin goes wide.
Yeah, and Tyson McGuffin has really amped up the power on his one-handed backhand punch. This last year or so, it's been really impressive to see. Just easier said than done.
I guess you're right.
So good.
If I'm Anna Bright, that's what I'm
right.
Put it away.
But mid-firefight, Annalie Waters changes her spot and goes inside out to the backside of Tyson McGuffin. So good.
So smart. Oh, a backside shot again. Hayden Patriquin. And the New Jersey Fives, the first team to 11.
Yeah, but to be able to slow the game down in an intense firefight when your opponents are 10 feet away from you slapping balls at your face and you can pick the spot that you want to go with your punchback, just incredible job by Annalie Waters and, of course, Hayden Patriquin on that last ball.
The Hustlers had a slight lead that entire time until the Fives were just now able to flip the momentum.
Yeah, and they're sticking with the strategy to, we're going to let Hayden Patriquin give it to us or beat us. And it looked for a second there that he might give it up, but man, those last few points have been impressive, and they take a 1-point lead on the end switch.
Leigh Jansen exchanging some words with Rafa Hewett.
Not surprising.
What they were saying, we don't know.
I'm sure they were just whispering sweet nothings into each other's ear, just like, you're playing great, you're doing awesome, you know, that kind of stuff, Michelle, I'm sure.
I really love playing against you.
Yes.
Is what they said, probably. Hayden Patriquin is the server. We've got animated characters here on site at Daytona. Fan base still going strong. Major League Pickleball Margaritaville is in full force.
Michelle, this is just pool play too.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
just wait.
I mean, you wouldn't know it if you're watching the match and you don't know it's pool play given the level, but
I mean, we're mid-afternoon here on a Friday afternoon.
Yes, that's right.
Not even into the playoff rounds.
Yes, we haven't even moved to the quarters or the semis, so this is good stuff, good crowd, good energy, and it's not going to change this weekend, I promise that.
Discussion ongoing between Ryan Harwood, the GM, and the lead referee, Onisha.
Yes, and Ryan Harwood had a slight back and forth with Tim Parks in the earlier match with the hard eights. So Harwood not a stranger to getting in the mix and letting people know his opinions there on the sideline. I mean,
confrontational character.
Yeah, I like to see him animated into it so much, but possibly occasionally crossing the line.
So good. Hayden Patriquin, once again, that inside-out forehand. So deceptive.
I mean, you have a world-class player in front of you, and he barely flinches to make contact with the ball. I think his attack was pretty good.
So the strategy to go against Patriquin not working anymore for the Hustlers.
Yep. Unless with the bull you get the horn sometime. I don't hate the initial strategy, but possibly time for a mix-up considering the level that the youngster's playing at.
Then you have Emily Waters stepping in. Where do you go if you're the Hustlers?
Yeah, I mean, she's been froze out for most of the match. Maybe they completely switch their spot and start targeting Emily Waters. Not exactly sure what the best path of action is when Patriquin's playing this well.
Goes the 5, so the Hustlers look to climb back in. Advantage now on the side of the 5s. Just long for Patriquin. That defense from Emily Waters, she makes it look easy. Anna Bright, back to serve.
To go. I'm not sure if they're just guessing wrong or they're not reading the shot, but the Patriquin speed ups and the Patriquin flips are on fire. Yeah, quick timeout called by Anna Bright after that miss. She didn't even let the ball get to the ground off of the net before she is signaling for the timeout, and I think it's the right time to do so.
What's the discussion on the side of the Hustlers right now, trailing by 4?
Yeah, it's a pick your poison situation. They're deciding if they're going to stick with their game plan to continue to target Hayden Patriquin, or if they can start moving the ball around more. I'm not sure if there's maybe something a little deeper that they're thinking about, but it might just be that simple of just switching up the spots, changing the patterns that are at this moment, slightly favoring the 5s.
And the 5's X factor has to be Hayden Patriquin, because Annalie Waters, a proven partner in
Yes.
mixed doubles.
Yes, and often the guy hits 75% of the balls because he's all over the court. It's a different situation here. Hayden's making most of the plays because that's where the ball is coming to. So definitely a slightly odd matchup here, and it's very cool to see. Look at her bouncing around. She's ready. I love her intensity. It's been there from day one, and some players it lets up. It's still there with her.
So the 5's 4 points away.
17-13.
Drop from Emily Waters, forcing McGuffin into a decision point of letting that ball bounce or trying to take it out of the air. He reaches forward, loses his balance, and makes the error.
Waters rips a winner down the middle. 2 points out from pushing a dream breaker here on championship court.
Yeah, perfect spot.
Nobody's surprised if we go 5 here. Tyson McGuffin trying to get some momentum, anything on their side. The Hustlers, if they can turn this thing around, could seal a victory against New York, or against New Jersey, excuse me. That time to Patriquin. That a 4-point deficit.
Well, he saw Leigh Waters with some success up the middle. He tried himself. Missed it long. That's okay with me.
McGuffin again. Testing Patriquin. Waters adamantly calling a timeout just to break up the momentum. So New York trailing by 3. Things just got a little more interesting. What's changed on their side? Patriquin making errors, or what the Hustlers are forcing them into?
Yeah, just not a whole lot. Maybe a combination of both. We saw a nice Tyson McGuffin punch on that backhand right there, but it was a missed up the middle from Hayden Patriquin and 2 or 3 quality points, quality shots from the Hustler. So I like the timeout from Leigh, but it's not panic time or anything crazy. So just stick with it, play your game, and 3-point lead at 19-16, still in a great position for the 5's.
The crowd is engaged and animated here at Daytona Beach. We've got the wave going inside. Jump in, Adam.
I mean, is it a real sporting event unless we're doing the wave at some point? Come on.
Nope.
It's not.
They forgot to pan up to us, though.
Yeah, I know.
We're proudly engaging.
Yes.
Fine. Anna Bright back to serve, looking to continue the momentum on the side of the Hustlers, who could end the match here if they pull the comeback.
I don't know whose ball that is. They have to figure out something. The two-handed backhand of Bright and the forehand of McGuffin.
Leigh Waters gets the winner, and so guess what? The 5's take game number 4, which means we are going to a tiebreaker game, the Dream Breaker singles format. So the New Jersey 5's were the home team, which they got to pick their matchups for the mixed doubles. Now the Hustlers get to be the team that picks their lineup for matchups for the singles. New Jersey was built for the singles game. However, we saw how momentum and energy and passion on the side of the Hustlers pulled through for them in the quarterfinals.
Yes.
In Mesa. So it is Another tale unfolding as we check in with Dominic Catalano standing by with Hayden Patriquin and Annalie Waters.
Hayden, I'm going to start with you, buddy. You knew you were going to see a steady diet of balls in that match. What got you in the zone and over the hump there, knowing you were going to see a majority of that ball?
I just wanted it. Last time I wasn't on my game, and I knew I just had to come out swinging here, and that's what I did. So, yeah.
And Annalie, playing next to Hayden, knowing that that ball's going to be on his side. Towards the end, you started to get a little more aggressive. What made that decision for you?
Yeah, well, Hayden was on fire, especially in the beginning of that match, and helped to pump me up after the women's loss. So I think just that we're super comfortable together, and at the end, I just wanted to be super aggressive, and I was comfortable and confident that Hayden could, handle that next ball if it came to him, and I think we did that. I think right now first aggressor has been winning, and we definitely did that in that mixed match.
All right, well, we're all tied here, going to a dream breaker here on championship court. Back up to you, Michelle and Adam.
Dom, thanks so much. How about a repeating of history here in Daytona Beach? Just a couple months ago at MLP Mesa, these two teams were meeting in a dream breaker in the playoff format, quarterfinal round. The New York Hustlers came out on top that time. You better believe that's fueling into their motivation if you're the 5's.
Oh, no doubt. And let's not forget earlier today, and I'll admit I helped draft the SoCal Hard 8s, and I would probably put us last or next to last in terms of on-paper singles play, and we were able to upset the 5's, who are probably the best team on paper in singles.
Okay.
So in this
Insider
format,
scoop.
Yeah, do you want to have good singles players when you're playing a Dream Breaker? Of course you do. But in this format, 4 points at a time, anything really can happen.
It's the beauty of Major League Pickleball. We've seen it on championship court since this tournament began on Thursday. Almost every single match here has gone to a dream breaker. And so what's the scoop then, Adam? If you're matching up, you get to choose the matchups against the 5's.
Right. So the
Hustlers.
The Hustlers are going to react.
Yes.
Exactly. So the 5's, the thing is I have no doubt that they're going to put James Ignatowich first. But the next pick, Annalie Waters or Hayden Patriquin, I'm not exactly sure who is.
It's gotta be Waters, right?
Yeah, it's tough. I would say that they're probably pretty close. Maybe give the edge to Hayden, maybe give the edge to Annalie. So I think a lot of these teams have a clear-cut chalk standard lineup. I'm not sure the 5's are one of those teams that has that.
Who do you put out against Ignatowich and Waters if you're the Hustlers?
Yeah, and so that's the thing. So are they going to match up a standard lineup with another standard lineup, or could we get what everyone wants to see, a possible man versus woman in the singles? So that's going to be up to the Hustlers, and we are going to find out very quickly what our matchups are going to be.
Dominic Catalano just giving us the matchups right now. Ignatowich against Tyson McGuffin. Annalie Waters, so she goes above Hayden, is against Rafa Hewett. That's who the Hustlers matched up against her. Hayden Patriquin against Anna Bright. And then it's Leigh Jansen and Lacy Schneemann.
Oh, it's so good.
Doesn't get any better than that.
No, if you could, I mean, I might have, if you asked me to put a lineup down I want to see, that might have been it. So good, very exciting.
Is that what you would have chosen?
That's a good question. So I think so. I think I'm fine with it. I'm okay with that reaction, and I think you just got to stick with your top two guys and not get carried away matching up the genders, and that's exactly what they have done.
So if you're Rafa Hewett matching up against Annalie Waters, pressure's all on Rafa.
Oh yes,
but you know Annalie Waters lives for these matchups.
Oh no, absolutely.
Where she can.
Right.
Stick it to the men.
Yes, of course. And the thing is I would like to see if Rafa Hewett is going to try to grind her down from the back of the baseline, because occasionally when these men come forward, they give the ladies targets for their passing shots. So will he use his length at the back of the court to continue with his great ground strokes on forehand and backhand, or he's going to try to sneak forward in the point a little bit quicker, but at the same time risk a phenomenal Annalie Waters passing shot?
How would you play it? How would you play it?
With my skill set.
Not with your skill set, if you have Rafa's skill set.
it's a big decision point because he can do both, and he doesn't have a weakness.
But she's so good with the passing shots.
Yes, exactly. He doesn't have a weakness. His backhand and his forehand are pretty comparable. It's not like if he had a very weak wing, like a forehand that's significantly better than his backhand, maybe he comes forward more. So it's going to be really interesting. And like you said, it's a tough matchup for the fellas. It's kind of a lose-lose situation, even though Leigh Waters is so dang good.
She's so good. I love that a 16-year-old girl can totally rocket ship passing shots past some of the OG men of the game. It's so cool. There's no other sport that you get this type of feel. Just the other night, we saw Leigh Whitwell matching up against one of the Jansen twins.
Yates Johnson, correct. And she also...
Young 20s versus late 40s. It's like...
Yes, and first MLP, MV Leigh with a huge win over Deckel Bar in some of those singles points, so it can happen.
Dominic Catalano has some scoop from the sideline. Dom, what are you hearing down there?
So when they were setting their lineups up, Leigh and the 5's were able to set their lineup first, and they're able to go 1 and 1, 1 and 1. And Leigh walked right up to the referee and goes, "This is our 4. I don't care what they put out there." Woo! That is absolutely awesome. Leigh was just like, "I don't care what they put out there. This is our lineup. We're sticking with it." So you talk about confidence in the 5's. They are ready to go.
The 5's as confident as they come. Thanks, John. Do you expect anything less from Leigh Waters?
No, absolutely not. So is Big Papa Jimmy coming home, or is he not? we're going to have to see.
Big Papa Jimmy. You got to explain the reference for people that are like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, so he ended up making the finals and winning, making the championship Sunday and winning mixed doubles. And his post-game interview, he referred to himself as Big Papa Jimmy, Daddy's home. So that can mean a couple different things, but we'll just leave it right there.
Somebody's got to coach this man on media interviews.
I disagree.
Oh, it's painful, but I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, James Ignatowich goes sideline. Tyson McGuffin just holds on for that point.
Yeah, great initial stab volley from Tyson after a pretty good forehand. So put that ball back in play, created an error.
Wide open court for Ignatowich to work with. Great shot by Ignatowich. Another winner to the forehand side of Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, sometimes you get the biting slice, sometimes you get the floating slice, and unfortunately for Tyson, he got the latter, and James Ignatowich knew exactly what to do with it.
James Ignatowich goes cross court 3 times on McGuffin, and 3 points he earns on his side. So the next rotation enters Leigh Waters and Rafa Hewett.
Yeah, it was a combination of the two. He stayed back for a couple shots and then was able to pick a spot to come forward and had a pretty good look at the forehand.
Leigh Waters, 2 points of the 4 so far in Rafa Hewett.
Point. Yep, stayed back fully that time. 2 unsuccessful volleys, those first 2 points. Good grind there from Rafa on the last one.
calls it out, Rafa Hewett does. Annalie Waters looking to see if she should challenge it. Otherwise, he gets 2 points out of the 2. On to the next rotation of 4 points is Hayden Patriquin and Anna Bright. This is fun. This is so fun.
3-5.
Comes away with the point.
6-3.
Hayden Patriquin making it look easy.
Yeah, so caught the end of the Dream Breaker earlier today, and the 8s had a little success approaching the Patriquin backhand. We'll see if Anna Bright can figure that out.
Oh, Patriquin looked like he was going cross court. Looks like he was going left. And he went right.
Yeah, well, I called the approach to the backhand, and he had a beautiful rolling passing shot. So.
8-3.
Talking about a distraction. It was twice in those 4 points. The last one and the first one where someone yelled out before the point had been completed. She was just letting the referee know that she was not a fan of that.
So up next on the singles rotation, Leigh Jansen and Lacy Schneemann. Lacy needs to get all 4 to keep her team in this, ideally speaking, and she gets the first one.
Yeah, great approach to the middle, not giving Leigh Jansen an angle to work with, and a phenomenal first volley from Lacy Schneemann as well.
Another huge passing shot. How about the cross-court backhand of Lacy Schneemann? Schneemann so far with 3 of the 4 points on her side. Another point would be huge.
Just looking so comfortable out there. Just transitioning from doubles to singles seamlessly.
What a shot, Lacy Schneemann. Gets the clean sweep, all 4 points.
Hey, you said it, Michelle. Not necessary, but pretty necessary, to get at least 3, if not 4, and Lacy Schneemann does it.
Now Tyson McGuffin up for the task against James Ignatowich. He dropped 3 points against James, first one. Oh, Ignatowich, so good. Out. That ball is out. Ignatowich staring down his bench.
Someone
for praise.
Someone keeps yelling.
Oh.
We have the New York Hustlers talking to the referee pretty aggressively about those hindrances and distractions from the crowd.
10-7.
Tyson McGuffin gets 1.
Yeah, needed that. Nice backhand punch from Tyson. Saw it a couple times in doubles and now in singles.
Ignatowich changing paddle.
Not exactly sure what happened there. He was messing with something on the sideline.
8-10.
Same paddle. Oh, Tyson McGuffin. A clean passing shot on Ignatowich. So he comes away with 2 of the 4 so far.
Yeah, set up by a great serve from Tyson. Ignatowich not fully making it to the non-volley zone line, and he paid the price.
Ignatowich splits the difference. rotation, but Hustlers still within 2. Switching sides at 11, the New Jersey 5s, the first team to 11. The next rotation featuring Annalie Waters and Rafa Hewett.
Yeah, that was really big, the last handful of points from the Hustlers to get back in it, because we were very much in danger of a blowout brewing in this Dream Breaker, but the Hustlers right back in it.
So Rafa Hewett needs to make a difference here on his rotation. 3 points for him would be ideal to pull a comeback. If Annalie Waters can pull away, the 2-point gap would continue, if not more.
Yes, and so the first 2 points of the first round of 4, Rafa Hewett came forward. The second 2 points he did not. What will he do in this 4-point matchup? Oh, Annalie asking Rafa Hewett to move his towel, which is behind her, distracting her. He obliges. Inside the baseline by 5 feet, and he's clearing the net by 5 feet as well. He just doesn't want to make an error, and he trusts his chances in the back of the court.
Oh, Annalie Waters, so good with her angles. What are you pointing at?
Look at Ron. We'll just let him go.
What is he frustrated about?
It's more distraction from the fans.
People saying in the crowd you can't talk during the point.
You're right.
And it's not talk. Like, there's still some degree of that in here.
A little bit.
Miss in the net for Waters. So Rafa Hewett gets 2 points, can he get 3? Annalie Waters says no to that thought. Once again, an even split. 2 points each.
Yeah, Hewett tried to sneak in. Not even with the most earth-shattering approach shot, but tried to sneak in, and Annalie Waters up to the task. He had been pushing his first backhand volley up the line. That time he carves it cross court, completely wrong footing and a bright.
No holes in Hayden Patriquin's game right now. And a bright got swept in the first round, lost all 4 points. Tough time to do that here if she can help it. That time for Patriquin, the first miss in the single series for him.
Yeah, the young buck is playing big. Can he keep it up? I think he can.
Bright looking to split this 4-point series. Oh, Bright goes long, and it was the right idea.
Yes, so she hesitated just for a second. She had a really good ball over to his forehand, and she wasn't quite sure if she should come in. I like what she did after that decision didn't come to fruition. Oh, she said lopsided. So the ball, sometimes it breaks, sometimes it gets out of round, almost ovally or wobbly. And so she was just checking with Schneemann if that's okay to switch balls.
Schneemann, a cool, calm customer. She won all 4 points against Leigh Jansen this time. Leigh Jansen with a chance to help her team separate further with a 3-point lead. Clean winner that time, Leigh Jansen. So good in the singles game. a prolific player on the Women's Pro Singles Tour.
If she's not number 2, she's number 3.
One of the best in the world at her craft. Leigh Jansen, once again, a clean winner down the line. She was working the forehand side of Lacy Schneemann.
That was big time stuff from Leigh Jansen because Lacy Schneemann covered the kitchen line fantastic for the first 4 or 5 shots of that rally, but Leigh Jansen sticking with it and is rewarded.
3 points for Jansen. Looking for 4, she gets it. That is a huge sweep of the 4-point single series because now we are moving back. After, excuse me, she only won 3. I think I hurt myself. Nope, wide that time. But still a 3-to-1 split. A huge gap now created. Tyson McGuffin with all the pressure on his shoulders against James Ignatowich. The 5's 2 points away. McGuffin gets point number 1. James Ignatowich needs 2 to win the match for the New Jersey 5's. Oh, Tyson McGuffin! Getting the crowd on their feet. What a read.
How the heck was he with a forehand on that? He's sprinting as hard as he can to his backhand corner, and unfortunately for Ignatowich, he did not create the angle he was hoping for.
He beats Ignatowich to the read and the sideline. With a beauty. McGuffin now gets 2 points. A timeout is called on the floor. Whew, everybody take a breath. I thought the Hustlers were out of it. But never say never.
Never
in the Dream
say
Breaker
never.
and with rally scoring.
Yeah, I mean, Tyson McGuffin basically on the string for that whole point. He was behind for the entirety of it, contorts his body, looking for a backhand, contorts his body, and slaps a forehand up the line. They had to have it, and they got it.
McGuffin has 2 of the 4 points against Ignatowich. That's Gary V., the owner of the 5's. You might know him, a media mogul. Ignatowich regrouping on his side. All he needs is 2 points, and the 5's get the revenge victory over the Hustlers, who knocked them out of MLP Mesa. The Hustlers put an end to the event for the 5's just a couple of months ago. Oh, wide ball out of bounds for Tyson McGuffin. He doesn't want to use one of his free challenges because he saw it out. But he will call a timeout. Might as well. Why wouldn't you challenge it?
Yeah, so basically, Tyson is fairly confident he missed it. That's why. And so the bench is just saying why not. But I think Tyson, he's got the best look. He struck the ball. He's looking up the line. So I think that he probably deep down thinks this challenge is in vain.
So a timeout will do. And so the fate of the Hustlers looks relatively clear. However, the 5's are, oh. Okay, wait. Is it a timeout or is he challenging? I thought I heard it was a timeout.
No, I think they
They are
challenged.
challenging?
Yeah, it's a free timeout also.
Oh.
But I mean,
Well, then he's challenging,
My
and I don't know.
goodness,
That's a pretty good. That. I mean. Okay, where does it?
yeah, let's try to exactly pinpoint when it bounces.
Even if I think that's in. I'm not going to speculate, but I am going to speculate. That's my take based on what I'm seeing here.
I'll play devil's advocate.
Okay, yeah, please.
Yeah, I'll say just a smidge of green in there, but my goodness, that's a close call. These refs, I mentioned it before.
Where do you see the green?
Well, it's where the ball, it doesn't compress. We always talk about this with the tennis ball and the pickleball. So obviously there's a chunk of the ball over the white line, but where does it actually contact the court?
But to me, I'm seeing the center of the bottom of the ball.
Oh, I'm with you.
Touching that white line.
Yeah, I'm with you. And the call.
I could be wrong, though.
Yes.
I can't count, so I might be wrong on the, I don't know. Just kidding. I can count sometimes, just when I'm not sleep deprived.
There you go.
Speculation continues. I don't know. That's a really good challenge. It looked to me and to you like he was just giving up on it almost.
Oh, I mean, I was watching him the whole time. His body language was very not confident.
He just was like, yeah, I guess. Or I thought he was saying he wasn't going to challenge it. So, anyways, we continue on. This would be a crucial momentum swinging point because that changes the score from 2015 to 16-19, and that gives a team a whole lot more life than this current situation.
Oh, massive difference.
If the call upholds.
The meeting of the minds of the referees.
Solving all world problems.
Uh-huh. Might be easier than what they're tasked with, actually.
That's true. You're right.
I don't know how you call that thing.
While we wait, do you think it might have been a better matchup for Anna Bright to play Anna Leigh Waters instead of Rafa Hewett against him and then put Rafa against Hayden?
Yeah, I think.
Oh! News just in. Hot off the press. That ball is ruled in and overturned. The call of James Ignatowich, which was out of bounds, was ruled in bounds, which means they lose the New Jersey 5's. They lose one of their free challenges because they got the call incorrect. The nuance of the rule here at MLP Daytona. So there's still life on the side of the Hustlers.
16-19.
Oh, Tyson McGuffin. He had to play that point perfectly.
He did, and James Ignatowich self-proclaimed, no one hits the two-handed backhand harder than me, and Tyson McGuffin picks it up off his shoe tops. James Ignatowich gave it everything he had, and McGuffin had the answer.
Pressure on him now, the Hustlers. They pull within 1 point. Anna Leigh Waters, the best female singles player in the world. She gets Rafa Hewett on the forehand.
Yeah, a little too safe. I talked about the safety and the margin that Rafa Hewett's playing with, but if you're going to play with margin, it has to be a little deeper. That's significantly closer to the kitchen line than the baseline, and when Anna Leigh has a full head of steam moving forward, watch out.
Match point for Waters and the 5's. Oh.
Did that ball go into the corner? I heard gasps from the crowd. My goodness, how does he drop that in there?
So we're frozen on 20 and 18. You must win on your serve. The serve and match point returns on the side of the 5's. That was a 4-point rotation completed. Point differential maybe didn't change because we're frozen on 2018, but each player will still continue with 4 points at a time. So next on the rotation, Patriquin and Bright. Bright has struggled. Can she counter? The New Jersey 5's anticlimactic with the net dribbler, but what a dream breaker we witnessed between these two teams, and it's only group play, Adam.
That's right, and a rotation of bear hugs from owners and coaches and teammates for Hayden Patriquin, and he deserves every single one of them.
Ignatowich and McGuffin shaking hands, the two usual partners, impressed with each other's stuff. Out there on championship court, the New Jersey 5's, they had to earn it.
Yeah, we still have Rafa Hewett talking to our lead referee. He is very unhappy with some of the mid-point distractions. That's all I'll talk about. That's it. That's it.
What do you think about the distraction?
Well, it's tough. It's tough.
It is tough, but like you're a pro athlete, right?
Yes,
so you've got to deal with it.
Exactly. So it would almost be better if everyone was just loud the whole time.
I know.
They get quiet, and then you hear something. It's hard not to react to it. But you're right. You're a professional athlete.
Deal with it.
This isn't tennis.
It's not tennis.
It's not.
It's not.
There's some similarities, but this is a different sport,
It's not trying to
Michelle.
be tennis.
Yes,
So perhaps that's one of the nuances. As we check in now with a third member of our crew, Dominic Catalano standing by with the winners, and boy, did they have to earn it. Dom, what do you have?
Here with the 5's after a 21-18 victory in the Dream Breaker. We don't want to say it's a must-win there after dropping your first match of the day, but Leigh, how important was this one today?
Yeah, well, Tyson says he doesn't like to lose to the kids, and I think me and Hayden proved that we're not kids out there. Let's go! Thank you guys to my team. You're amazing. Hayden, you were MVP today. You played lights out. I love playing on the same team with you.
Hayden, I'm going to you. One question, buddy. 8-1 in the Dream Breaker. How's that make you feel?
Feels great.